Oh my God. The fact that it just immediately disappears when we go is crazy. I will never get used to that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Sleepy Idol, a show or a bar on 34th and Crenshaw where you can sit back, relax, and talk K-pop with your friends. I'm starting to show too much stomach. Hey, Jazz. How you been, girly pop?
Busy.
Busy doing what? We want to know. Abrupt stop.
Work. It's nothing fun.
Stop. No, you have
Work,
to.
driving, whatever.
Just we live vicariously for you, so that's illegal.
You don't want to. I literally drive an hour and a half to work.
Oh my God. Wait, both ways?
It's an hour and when I drive in the morning because I leave so early, but then it's like an hour and a half coming back.
Shut down the building. I'm sorry.
So, you don't want to be me.
Listen, that honestly, and it's just so crazy how that's like so normalized, long ass commutes like that. Because I do think it's crazy, and I know that some jobs and companies will like subsidize or like pay for like gas or if you like take public transit. But it's like, when are we gonna get that time back? How about that? Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, I didn't even pay for my transit unless it's like the train. So
that is so unfair. See, that's like so unfair because public transit, like I get it. But also, yeah, if you drive, that still could be a far while. Like, it's just so weird that there's not many like commute. And like usually, like I know for my job, you have to buy a parking pass. And it's like, Mama, I work here. Yeah. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I feel like you do. Maybe I'm making up shit.
They're like, we were waiting for you to pick up your parking pass. We sent it to you.
But it also might be because I work at a beep. So like there's a lot of like people who
don't hire me if you're not gonna give me parking. Where am I? What?
Or at least
already hard to get around.
There's like there's so many people that work there. I feel like it's like at the very least there's probably some kind of lottery where it's like if you don't get in, yeah, because there's not like I'm just thinking between the people who come there to be served and the people who work there. I mean, it's a big facility and there's always like city parking, but I feel like you have to pay for it. I feel like that's a thing. I'll check.
That sounds awful.
That does sound awful. Now that I'm actually
get like street parking for free or something.
I mean, probably if you can find somewhere, you can like maybe get it for free. But I'm pretty sure if you want to actually use like, well, maybe that doesn't make sense. I really don't know. Let me stop slandering this anonymous company because I don't even know for sure. But yes, everyone, welcome to the Sleepy Idol. Hello, Andre, first in the bar. What's up? We actually outside again because since Leanne's not here, actually no, Andre, you would have the keys too. Thank you for letting us in so we don't get hypothermia again. I hope you're doing good. So yeah, there's a lot on the docket this evening. Did you want to jump right into it, or is there any internet nonsense you wanted to discuss before?
Internet nonsense. Is anything happening?
I'm trying to think.
Did he?
Oh God. Oh!
I mean, that's a deep dive, but
oh, I actually have the sound effect. Let me.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail. Period. What?
Oh, just replace. I didn't realize that. But yeah, that's crazy. But it's also it's sad to think that it's expected that I'm sorry to say this, not to be sexist, but any man who has like a lot of power is just inherently corrupt. Like it's sad that I just feel like it's just inevitable that they're gonna abuse their power and like why and that might be extended, to people because obviously there's women who've done really terrible things, who have a lot of money and power. But it's just so sad because I mean I don't think people should have that much money and power anyway. But it's like the fact that it always ends up with somebody just ending up in seedy, shady stuff is just I don't know.
Yeah,
think about the human.
I was not expecting all of this though. Like the stuff that I'm hearing, I'm like, and no one said a thing. Like not a peep.
I mean,
what's going on?
It's sad. I mean, it is really scary because it's like, Mama, you were already rich. Why did you have to go do all this nonsense on top of it? Like,
he's bored. I guess when you're rich, you just look at Army Hammer. He was out here talking about doing stuff that like eating people or something. I don't even know.
Stop. He
And
needed.
I was like, sir, is this what happens when you grow up rich? You're just like, this is
Oh, that
all
is
I have.
true. He
That's
was
new and
always
exciting.
rich. Oh, that's so scary. Honestly, like, ew. But like, also, it's really scary to think that you might get to a point where you just have so much access to everything. You just are like, well, what do I do now? Like, might as well do something
Yeah.
totally batshit insane because, like, that scares me a lot.
Yeah.
So, but
Makes
when
me
we get
humble.
rich, we won't.
We won't be that type. That's not
That's not
us.
us. Jumping back into the chat. Wait, can you toggle chats or can you not? I don't know.
Oh, I can't. Wait, is that the show?
So it'd be comments. How dare you? Don't replace
Sorry.
me.
Okay, so yeah.
How dare y'all? We are moving on up to the top period. I'm so happy. You know what? I StreamYards, perhaps you did something. Cause yeah, this is nice. Also we're somehow matching, even though mine's blue. Mine looks purple. Or does my background
Oh,
look blue to you?
it's like it looks purple.
Oh,
I
okay.
think because
I
do you have like pink in your room or something?
I have a lot of pink in my
So
room,
that's probably
actually.
it's probably like reflecting into like purple.
That's really weird. Okay, I went out of my way to do blue so we could like be like both of the colors,
Uh,
but yeah. But hi Leanne,
I could
welcome
be
to the
blue.
stream. We love a lurking moment. Hey Jordy, welcome to the stream. Andre says, I didn't think I got the keys yet. LOL. IDK if I was a mod on YouTube. I think actually I do need to properly mod you on YouTube. You're right. So let me make a note of doing that after the stream. But yeah, guys, I think we could probably just jump in right to the first topic, which y'all, I didn't want to talk about this. Jazz forced my hand though. No, just kidding.
I was like, wait, what?
Just kidding. All right, y'all. So last week we actually talked about Miss Illit, aka HYBE's youngest daughters, period, because they recently debuted, and they debuted from a reality show, the Are You Next reality show that HYBE put together, and it actually left a lot of their potential fans pissed because a lot of people hated the way that HYBE formulated the lineup and how they determined who got in. There was a lot of controversy there. And then when they debuted, there was a lot of comparison to New Jeans, saying that they're New Jeans copies. In this picture, I don't know, maybe a lot of people would say it's giving New Jeans, who knows. But despite all that, it seems like Magnetic is a success, and so are Illit. We talked about last week how their first week, at the end of their first week, let's say that, they got the highest, I think, physical sales, like first week debut sales of any girl group. And of course, like Magnetics popping up everywhere. And specifically, it's doing very well on Spotify. I don't really check Spotify numbers like that, but people were saying that, oh, yeah, it's in the top 100 of US and boop, boop, bop, 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 bop. I will believe y'all because I just listen to Spotify and then I peace out. But a lot of people are wondering if this natural, organic success is HYBE doing a little polluter. So polluter, also known as payola, is the process. I don't know why I'm like this. I just polluter, also known as payola, is a process in which, and I'm still to this day confused as to if it's illegal or not. I think it originated with like radio stations where companies would like pay radio hosts to like play their songs a lot. But I think it's kind of just turned into any situation where a company like pays to have their group promoted or pushed. Which honestly, when I'm saying that, it's like, you mean the company's job? But I guess it can be shady because, for example, charts are supposed to be an organic reflection of what people are listening to. So if you have like somebody pushing whatever to be pushed up the charts, or pushing somebody to be played on the radio, or to be like suggested on YouTube, it kind of defeats that whole purpose of things being organic. Anyway, essentially, a lot of people were curious because they felt like, so I will just show the TikTok that I saw. But essentially, or not the TikTok, somebody posted to Twitter. But essentially, what people were noticing is that when they have Spotify on auto suggestion, and they listen to a K-pop song, like 9 times out of 10, the K-pop song that they get suggested is this Magnetic song. And so I guess people are like, I never listened to Magnetic before. I literally block you can there's this feature on Spotify where you can literally say, don't suggest this artist to me or don't play this artist.
Wait, can you?
Stop. You're too excited.
No, because I think I've tried this with a specific. I don't remember what song it was, but there was a song that was like, "Please don't play this," and I muted it, but I only muted it in the specific playlist that I had it in, so it would still come up in other places. So if I can just mute it completely, that'd be great.
I don't know if you can do that for one song, but if you like go to the artist page, you can like go there's like some setting. But I didn't even know you could do that. Like you could say, don't play this particular song. But yeah, people are like sharing how to do that because they're like, it seems like this thing is being forced on us. So right now I'm going to show an example of share screen. Let's see. I'm going to show you an example that a creator on a creator on Twitter named Vital's Pinks was showing. Basically, in this video, you'll see them. And then Magnetic comes up. So they search up another song. Me narrating this for no reason. They search up Drama by aespa. Go to the end. And guess what auto plays, y'all? Say it with me now. Baby.
I'm just trying to play.
I will say that played for me today, and I was like, skip. But
wait a minute,
I just was not in the mood for the song.
I swear, if Susan snatches this off because I'm showing this again, she does it again with
I play cool, but I just can't hide that. I want you. Wait a minute,
Perfect Night. I feel like you guys get the gist. Yeah.
Wait, I kind of want to do that. Does that happen?
Baby. So yeah, a lot of people have been sharing these videos of them getting auto-suggested this song and been saying, HYBE, you're doing too much, mummer. Like, I can get promotion. But specifically, people have been saying everyone's hyping up their success on Spotify, but insert my fave group would have had success too if they had a company pumping in cash, you know, to be able to get their song suggested no matter what. Now, as somebody who listens to this song and quite likes it, I just don't think it's that bad of a song that you would have to force it down people's throat. Even if you did put some like, you know, fire to the whatever, throw some like, you know, extra wood in the fire. I definitely think this is a song that would take it off. But I guess, what is your opinion, Jazz, in chat as to what's the line, in your opinion, between a company just doing what they need to promote their artists versus what you would consider pushing an artist down everyone's throat?
I feel like this isn't that bad, in my opinion. Because it's like you can still skip this song. But true. If you like keep playing it on like the radio, I guess, like where you can't skip, it's like that gets annoying. Like that Taylor Swift. There's a Taylor Swift song that I don't hate it. I don't really like it because it's like they keep playing it. And it's, what is it? Cruel Summer. That song they play all the time. And I'm like, I don't know if it's payola or if it's just people like the Swifties just really like that song and they're just like, keep it coming. But like, yeah, I can't skip it. So like, if like that's too much payola for me. I'm not saying that she's payola, but like if that was like they were doing that, that's too much. But yeah, like putting on Spotify, I don't know. It's like you can skip that. You don't have to listen to it. It's just like kind of getting people to at least hear it for a second and then be like, maybe I can listen to it. It's like it's just another way of promoting your music. Same with like YouTube commercials. It's like where they just put the whole entire music video.
Which
I think that's a little
genius.
I feel like that's a little too much. But like maybe like just a little snippet of this song I could understand. Like the whole music video, sometimes I'm like, what is this and why is it still going on?
That is so true. That is so true. I not even specifically those music videos, but I hate ads where like YouTube makes you watch the whole thing. Like that literally makes me hate whatever they're advertising because it's like I was held against my will. Okay, just trying to watch a video essay. Okay, on Kuntoria. But yeah, that it's kind of hard. I don't know because like I think a lot of the time the reason why K-pop idols or K-pop fans have a problem with like things like this or like forcing the YouTube like videos in the like ads and just all that kind of stuff where it's like promo. It's because a lot of people, they have to admit they're obsessed with like charting and they're obsessed with like being able to say their fave was the top. And I feel like a lot of people are like, well, if you can just pay, and I can get the corruption because a lot of people being able to top these charts and being able to like defy the odds and get a lot of streams or get on a list or a top 10 list is how they have promo because they don't have like a lot of their companies don't have money to push it that way. But at the same time, I feel like all of it is just kind of steeped in bragging rights. Like it's like, oh, well, if they top it, then I can't brag that my fave can top it and stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like K-pop stands the way that they interact with charts and rankings and stuff makes me kind of like roll my eyes when they get mad at stuff like this. But I mean, I could see that it was kind of annoying if you're like really don't like the group. But I don't know. I feel like there's just something crazy unless it was somebody who did something like terribly offensive to be like, I do not suggest, don't ever play this artist in my like that's like crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just how I feel. But
I feel like it's not that big a deal. It's whatever. Like I feel like you have to get mad at like majority of artists that are popular then because I feel
that's
like
what I'm
they're literally are paying to get their songs, or sometimes it's just like maybe it's free publicity because they're so popular, but I'm pretty sure like as they were coming up they had to like pay to get their songs to be played. It's not like they're just going to play it out of the goodness of their heart all the time. That's like on the radio or on Spotify.
That's true. And I will always go back to the fact that like, you know, what's different than something like this versus like a group of fans being like, okay, we're going to mass stream this thing. Because yes, that's not the company, but it's also not a true reflection of how many people are genuinely just casually, organically streaming this song. True. It's a concentrated effort to make the stream numbers go up. So it's just like, I don't know, if we can get mad at one, then why aren't we getting mad at both? I guess it's less insidious because it's a fan effort, but still that gives a unfair advantage to people with big fandoms. You know?
Yeah.
Jumping into the chat, Andre said, if I could mute that Usher song, Good,
I would like the song.
I know, I was going to say,
good, we still good. That is a good song.
My Usher stand came out and I was like, excuse me, do what? I would because my R&B station here plays it all the time. Yeah, I was going to say, I saw this video by one of my new favorite K-pop video essayists who like was talking about like this exact situation. He was basically just like, yeah, HYBE / this Illit situation would not be the first time that this happened. Like a lot of artists, whether Western or whatever, do this kind of like promotion. So yeah. Leanne says, watch this live while you can because YouTube's about to snatch it off the face. True.
If they haven't already.
Exactly. We're not even...
Play another song. I dare you.
We're not even streaming to anyone anymore. They cut us off long ago. Leanne says the radio only know Cruel Summer, Anti-Hero. They don't know any other Taylor Swift.
They also have that other song. There's like 5 different Taylor Swift songs that they just like cycle through and then they'll sprinkle in like other people that sing as well.
Like, I guess we can play people that aren't Taylor Swift, but we have to.
They're like quick to come back and they're like, all right, Cool Summer again for like the 30th time this hour. And it's just like, it's not even summer. That's what pissed me off. I think like when it was like winter and they were playing that, I was like, it's not summer. Save this these plays for summer. Because like right now, I'm over it. I'm not ready for it.
Isn't it because like this? Sorry guys, I'm literally like the worst with Taylor Swift lore. I am the opposite of whatever a Swiftie is. Not that I hate her or anything, it's just that I just don't really listen to her. But that was one of the ones that got re-released, part of her
I
like
think
Taylor's version
so.
thing.
Because I think
Okay.
it's like the song that like what's her name? Olivia Rodrigo.
Mm-hmm.
Like like people were saying it sounded like it. I think. I
Oh,
think it's that song. So I'm assuming it's the older song. I also don't know Taylor Swift that well, unless it's like the title tracks.
yeah, same here. Okay, that was the one she made her give her a credit or money for or
I
whatever.
I don't think she made her, but I think
Oh,
Olivia Rodrigo. Like I don't think anyone that came forward ever made her do it. She was just like, all right, I guess I'll give you money. So
that's
like
insane.
Paramore.
Couldn't it be me? Just know that. All right.
You're gonna go to like court for all of that.
I would change her name and file for bankruptcy. Thank you. All right. So good luck to Illa, and y'all better not make them new girl group you just bully because you're mad they're successful or whatever the heck. Just leave them alone. You don't have to listen to them. All right, moving on. And I saw that the resident BOA stand, Jumping BOA since '07 is in the chat. So you will have a lot of good insight for us. So let's talk about this whole BOA retiring maybe on Thursday, tomorrow, who knows, scandal that kind of has BOA sadly getting some flack. I mean, I think for the most part, people were just shocked and surprised. But I did see a little bit of criticism with people confused as to what this situation was and why it went down the way it did. All right, so let's start with part one. So on April 6th, BOA shocked a lot of people when she posted this to her Instagram story that basically reads, "Once the contract ends, I can leave, right?" So at first people were really, really shocked because in in this post, she uses a word, guys, sorry, I'm not that, un play. Yeah. Which means retire, right? That's what people read it as. But when people reanalyzed it, they realized it was written instead of un play, it was written, is it un right? Which is a word that doesn't mean anything. However, some people thought it was like slang or like a certain version of the phrase leaving the gym, or like leaving a workout. So people were confused as to what she was talking and wondering if she made a spelling error. But then she followed it up with its story and she corrected. She was like, "Oh, my bad, I did make a typo, but I meant to say retire." So then it was confirmed that she was saying, "Once my contract ends, I can retire," right? So a lot of people were like, "What the heck? BOA's announcing retirement?" And the cryptic way to do it, like, slay, kind of
Is that
like.
cryptic? It sounded like she was like, no. I'm retiring, guys. That sounds like very straightforward, if anything.
But
Like,
I feel
my
like it
bad.
was like, like this. When my contract ends, I can retire, right? See ya. Like,
That's true.
that was the kind of end. It's like, now discuss. And
Tell me your thoughts. Which contract? What? What am I talking about? Any drama today?
She's like, "You have 3 hours to figure out. Goodbye." Like, okay, BOA. We love a bit of mystery. But yeah, a lot of people were sad. They're like, "BOA, don't retire. This would be so sad." I have thoughts on the initial reaction, but let's tell the whole story first. So then the next day, she clarified. She took to her Instagram story again and she clarified, not really clarified, but kind of like, added more context to the situation and let her fans know that her contract actually doesn't end until December 31st, 2025. So literally not even at the end of this year, at the end of next year. And she promised that until then, she'll give her all as the singer BOA and for her fans not to worry. So that's like good. I mean, it's sad because it kind of does seem like she's like, "Girl, I'm gonna do it. It's just that I have some time," which is like an interesting thing. But then for whatever reason, on April 10th, she just deleted all of her posts. So April 10th is today. I said April 10th. I don't know. So I do want to get into like a lot of people were concerned, worried, sad, but then a lot of people felt that she was being a stunt queen with the way she went about kind of posting to her story, like instead of like just properly announcing retirement, being like, I can leave, right? I can retire, right? Or whatever. So I think though this is heavily colored by the whole Han So Hee situation, that people are like, we are looking for stunt queens to drag now, or we're looking for drama queens or people who are messy on social media. And so, you know, people like immediately started comparing it to Han So Hee for some reason. Like I really don't see the similarities other than maybe negative people trying to drag. But
And Instagram.
yeah. What's your honest reaction of both her posting this? Like, do you think that this was a reasonable thing to do? Like, you can just post that, or do you think that maybe a more formal announcement would have been more professional? And what do you think about her deleting all her posts?
I feel like what she posted was fine. I feel like it might, maybe she wasn't like completely serious when she was doing it. She was like, I'm just tired. He was like, I can retire, right? like I'm just tired. I'm having a long day. Like I'm just trying to express my feelings. That's what to me it kind of came off as, especially since her contract doesn't end until like 2 years, or I guess
Sure.
a year and a half. So I'm like, it just seems harmless in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You can ignore it if you want. I don't know. It's just not that big a deal. But I do feel bad that she removed all her posts because I'm wondering if it has to do with like trolls
Mm.
and whatnot. Like she was just like, I don't feel like dealing with all these mentions and stuff like in my like pictures. I don't know how Instagram works. Who am I? I said mentions. I don't know. Is that?
No, Jess, we're still young.
I just don't go on Instagram. What about like people in her comments doing stuff and her getting
Yeah.
notifications for that?
That's true. I mean, yeah, because I think I'm trying to like think about it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think Instagram has some of the scariest comments on it because people just be putting anything in there. And I don't know why. Like somebody's probably gonna be like, oh no, TikTok comments. And maybe that's true, but I've just seen some really deranged stuff in the comments of specifically like K-pop idols, whether it's like people literally worshiping them or just like being like, you stink, you loser, like you're so dumb. And I'm like, to think you're like at the middle of your job and like, ooh, time to hate on BOA, you stupid loser flop. Like it's giving
They go
get
on the toilet. They're like, all right, this is the prime time to start doing this.
They're like, time to unwind. But I do agree. If it was like deleting all of her posts as a reaction to people just like harassing her just because of this series of events, that's kind of crazy because we don't even know. You're right. You don't know her motivations. Like she could have just casually been like, hey, y'all. I mean, you know, it may be something more directed towards her fans. Maybe she was just thinking out loud. Maybe she's trying to be shady to like one of the SM directors. But either way, I don't understand. If you don't care about her regardless, then why are you mad? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
it's not that serious.
yeah, some of y'all need to just breathe in, breathe out. I'm gonna jump into the comments. Andre says she deserves a break, but she comes back so infrequently music wise. I'm thinking she's living her best life. That was something I thought too. Like for somebody who's not like, I think there's like stages of Idol's life, you know, when you debut and you need like 3 comebacks every year and you need to go on every single variety show when you come back and you need to do all the radio shows and stuff like that. And then like as you become more established and you've kind of made your mark, you've made your money, it seems more like you come back when you feel like it or when you're actually inspired, but it's not like you need to prove in order to be able to pump money into your company or whatever that you can come back. And I definitely think she's on that leg, which like no shade to her, but I always think like when you're on that leg, is like officially retiring necessary? Because I feel like it closes that, you know, door for you, but you cannot come back regardless, right? I don't know.
Yeah, even if she retired, she can come back probably.
True.
I mean, people do that all the time. I mean, Nicki Minaj said she retired And then she somehow came back. I don't know. So,
No, that's true. Who's another one? Jay Park says he retires every 2 to 3 business months. So I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's a bit final, but that kind of does like alarm because it's like, why does she? I don't know if it is like a formal, I'm going to retire. I wonder. Actually am curious. Somebody who's not like a like a newer idol. I wonder what kind of things are in their contracts, like requirement wise, like in terms of like how many times they have to come back and stuff. Because I wonder if there is like a comeback clause for her, even if it or like some type of deliverables. Like we expect you to not Jazz running away. She's like, girl, I don't even know what you're talking about. But like we expect you to have a certain amount of comebacks or generate a certain amount of money or release. I wonder if like that's something that's even in the because I imagine it would have to be to some extent, like even if you are like not one of the newer idols. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Jumping Boa says, what if she's pulling a prank on us? Prank on wrong. I
mean, she's probably like, dang it. Like, what is this? Not the reaction. Tough crowd.
Like, that'd be so sad that she was like, hey guys. And they're like, Karina, like,
oh, brother, this girl stinks. She's like, no. Not the SpongeBob references.
Imagine. Oh God. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Also, you know, let's end on a positive note because I don't want to be negative, but I don't want to drag too many people tonight. But honestly, though, SM's not what it used to be, so I don't blame her for leaving.
I dare.
Unless
it's just like leeway to talking about how everybody's abandoning ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe
going downhill.
Maybe something's in the SM water because oops, wait, let me real quick re-add this. Okay, there we go. Oh, sorry. I had like more pictures, but they're not picturing. Hold on. Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling. Ho. Okay. So the solar eclipse, right?
I forgot that happened. I saw some TikTok of a girl saying like, oh, I looked at it for 10 seconds like years ago, like whatever the last one was. And she said that she thought nothing of it until like the next day she couldn't read every other word.
Stop.
So her vision's like messed up from looking at the sun or the eclipse. And I was like, oh, that's enough for me to not even go outside. And I didn't. I kept the shades down. I did not even. Nope.
I don't understand. That's so specific, not being able to see every other word. I'm frightened for her. That'd be so sad. So SM, honestly, the big three is not what you know what I saw. You know that Kendrick Lamar line during the whole thing where he's like, or sorry,
Morse code?
What was it called? Is that what it's called?
No. Is that the one where there's like Morse code or something in it?
I know it's the one that's on that Metro Booming Future, I think, album.
Yeah.
Where he like
apparently dissing.
Yes.
J. Cole?
Drake. Yeah, J. Cole and Drake. Okay. So on it, there's a line because it's in reference to another song where J. Cole and Drake, or J. Cole in a line, it's a song he did with Drake, says that they're the big three or whatever. And so in it, he says, Kendrick Lamar, he says, man, F the big three, it's just big me. Boom, bah! Or some shit. But the way armies have taken that and dashed with it, I'm just on TikTok, so many edits of like BTS / HYBE talking about where it's like the big three and it's like showing, you know, SM, whatever. And then it's like, it's just Big B and then it's like BTS. And then I'm sorry, I know y'all are annoyed with them, but they are solid edits.
That's cringe.
They're solid edits
Cringe.
though. Okay, I'm not complimenting the fan war of it all. I'm
It
complimenting
sounds
the
like you're
edit.
complimenting it. In fact, I think you made the edit. Hold up.
Me closing my Adobe Premiere Pro. So
Let's flip the camera. Show the people what you're actually working on.
No, I'm forcibly showing the camera. It's like, you don't have to. Why are you doing that? I'm like, don't share screen. But no, they're really good edits. I love a good edit AMV moment. But yeah, according to them, F the big three. It's just, and you know, SM's falling apart. But Jazz, I'll let you talk about that since you're SM stan.
SM stan. I just happen to like majority of the groups that come from SM. They just make good music. But I feel like there's been so many Doom posts about SM falling apart, and it's like, I don't understand it. I actually don't, because I'm like, they still have their groups. They're losing the soloists like within the groups, but it's like, I feel like that's what happens when you get older as an idol, is that you just leave, and like they still have their breadwinners. Like Rise is still like very popular as a new group. aespa's still popular. NCT is still doing fine. So it's like, it's not like they're falling apart, but like every time I go, how dare you? How dare you? For which one? For all of them?
I said it 3 times. Just kidding,
How dare you? How dare you?
Just kidding.
But anyway, yeah.
Sorry, I do want to ask, because I know that there's that whole thing. Like, I remember when Twice got really popular, and they were like, oh, Twice and Suzy are the reason why. This is a while ago. Twice and Suzy are the reason why JYP exists. And then, like, GOT7 fans were like, actually, GOT7, X, Y, and Z, and boy group, and Sans, and, you know, blah, blah. So do you think that aespa, Rise, and who's the other one? Or NCT, well, maybe not NCT because they've been around for a while, are at the point where they're, like, actually contributing a majority of the income to SM out of all the artists?
Not a majority. I don't know. I don't know how like how it works, because I know Torin makes a lot of money, so it's like either way they still have that money. So never mind, because like they still have the groups. That's which is why I'm like, I still like when people say like, oh, this person left, I'm like, but they still signed to be in the group. So it's like, not, they didn't lose the like their actual bread and butter. Like the solo stuff was just like, that's extra, and if you got popular from doing that, then that's great. But if you're not doing that well, it's like, they're not going to be like upset. Like, I don't know. It's it's not that big a deal in my opinion that like the soloists are leaving, and like, yeah, they still have their breadwinners of like, if it happens to be Shiny, they still have them. If it happens to be TVXQ, they didn't say anything, right? They're still there.
Yeah, I think so.
Who left? Oh, EXO. They still have EXO. So it's like, I don't know. They still have these groups, like Girls' Generation. They technically still have, but will they ever come back?
Wait on it. Divine, not Divine 9, OT9. Okay, there we go. OT9 comeback 2025.
I'm so sure Jessica is done. She's done.
Did you see that clip on TikTok where she was on some random ass podcast and they were talking about the one with the phone?
Yeah.
And the date. Yeah. I was shocked. But I guess cell phones might not have been that prevalent when she was training though.
Also, it kind of made sense. From what I understood, it was like when she would be training, right? She couldn't have her phone.
But it's like, you could kidnap me at that point, because how am I going to talk to my parents? There might have been payphones still back.
Well, I assume that they also would give you your phone if your parents are calling.
But wasn't it they just take? Oh, they said taking when you're actually training. Okay,
that's what I thought, but maybe I might have interpreted.
To me, and if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Jessica was on a podcast. Sorry, Successica was on a podcast with some randos. No, that's mean. With some people that I was not familiar with. And in it, they were talking. She was talking about how during her training period, they would take away their phones. And as I understood it, it seemed like they took away their phones, and only when you debuted, you would get it back. Because it seemed like it was like when I debuted, I got it back, like that kind of thing. And I'm like, well, that makes it seem like you snatched it up and you didn't let them have it until they debuted, which is not even guaranteed for everyone. So some people never got their phones back.
You're like, well, you're leaving the company, so I guess this is staying with us. She's like, no, I needed to call my mom. I need a ride. And I'm like, well, you should have thought about that before you gave up on your dreams. In fact,
like, you should have thought about that until we didn't pick you for this lineup. Okay.
You should have done better. How dare you? Cry about it.
Like, bye-bye. Now they're like, ooh, I wonder if I can get Candy Crush on that. Okay, well, maybe
like,
Candy Crush.
You're like, no, not Billy.
I never want to see you again. They're just being messy for no reason. But no, I was really shocked. She also mentioned about how she would be really honest with staff about if she was interested in dating and stuff like that, because she figured like if they knew, then it wouldn't be a surprise. So when Dispatch did their little sleuthing and the story broke, they wouldn't be like it would just kind of be like, oh, well, we already planned for this. So period. But yeah, I don't know. I do think it is like, when I think SM, I don't even know who I think anymore. Like, I think maybe if you're really, really new, and in terms of like new groups and like new generation, SM doesn't have the stranglehold they used to be. Yeah. But I don't necessarily mean that that's because they're flopping. I think it's just that other companies and groups are doing well, that it's not just an SM domination, which I actually appreciate.
I've seen a lot of people saying that, and I was like, that makes more sense. Like, I don't think they're going downhill. It's just there's just a bigger pool of people, so it's like they're not as prevalent. Like how like when Girls' Generation was ruling, it was like it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't that big of competition. There were competitions, but it was just like I don't know. It was just easier back then. Like they had SES. Like just I don't know. Now it's like a lot of, and I think a lot of people listen to K-pop now too. I think that's another thing. Is like. And they don't really care about the company names as much because they just come in and they're like, I like K-pop, I think. And then they just listen to whatever songs they like. And if it happens to not be SM, they don't know. They're just like, I like the song.
That's true. I feel like even if it's really cheap looking, any company can like throw something up on YouTube. Like you don't necessarily have to be invited to variety shows to have like ways to promote your group and things like that. So it's like not just the big three like fighting for like eyes on people. It's like, first of all, it's a global stage now, not just in Korea, but it's also everyone has their own avenues to promote their groups. And who knows, this person could have a viral hit that, wasn't like the multi-million-dollar video that you filmed for your group, but somehow was able to touch people. So,
like 50-50.
Like 50-50. I would even say with Kiss of Life, even though like,
because
you have some, I feel like that's a good situation. But yeah, I give SM maybe 2 to 3 years before it just and falls.
They're on their, what is it, hospice? Their final leg.
Unfortunately, y'all. But yeah, so was there any other reasons why everyone should boycott SM? No, just kidding. Everyone should, or you feel like people, like, I guess, are talking crap about SM and why they're wrong?
No. I just think, like, if you think SM going downhill, then it's like, there's so many other companies that are going downhill. Especially, like, I think it's, like, another thing that I always think about is, like, American or Western companies. It's like, you never know who's in what. And when they leave that company, it's like it always happens. You just don't know. But that doesn't mean that company's going downhill or something. Or do you actually care? I don't even know.
I mean,
I feel like K-pop's so interesting.
I feel like because K-pop is so like tribal and territorial, there's a lot of people who are like, no, SM group didn't have the most popular song, or they didn't blah blah. But then there's also people that are like, well.
We've been waiting for this.
Take that, EXO. And it's like, girl, what? Like, why are you calling out EXO?
They're sleeping well tonight. They do not care.
They're like, that's what you get for doing this in 2016. Um, interesting comment from Andre. I feel like HYBE is taking over SM's place when it comes to their chokehold in the industry, like they did back in the day. The thing is, it's hard because I feel like SM has so much legacy that's probably like keeping them afloat, like back catalogs and stuff like that, because they had so much of a chokehold. And then add that with groups that may not be as big as like HYBE groups in some areas, but are still doing well, like you said. So it's like the newer groups that are bringing in money and doing decently, and then the old groups that used to dominate in their stuff. I feel like. But I do think front-facing, like flashiness-wise, I definitely think people do think HYBE more because they have the top groups right now. Like,
I find HYBE so interesting because they're not really the company. I guess they are the company that these groups come from, but it's like they also come from actual smaller groups, like not groups, companies. So it's like HYBE is like so interestingly different than the other big three completely, where it's just like they have different companies that are making these groups and they're popular. So it's like weird. I don't know. Is it fair to compare a conglomerate of like companies to a company or to companies that are just like a singular entity?
that is an interesting take. I would say more like, for me, it was more like people who were a thing before, because that's the thing that I keep seeing. Like, I feel like people want to like change it when it's favorable. Like when people have like when they stay in a group that's under HYBE and has like instant success is very successful, they don't want to get the tag that you're only popular because you're HYBE, or you had so much privilege because you're HYBE. So they're like, actually it was the subsidiary, actually. But then when they want to brag on HYBE, suddenly it's HYBE groups eat period or whatever. So it's kind of weird. But I would say more like the groups they like acquired that weren't necessarily under HYBE when they trained. So like the Playlist people. I don't know if there's any other groups that were like a thing before HYBE like took them over or whatever. But for me, it's more like if you like, for example, add 17 Success into like the HYBE thing, that's always going to be kind of weird for me because I was a fan before they were under like, you know, HYBE. But I don't know. I always found it kind of silly when people are like, Adore is not HYBE. Le Seraphim is not HYBE. Illit's not HYBE. I'm like, well, I get what you're saying, that they have like a dedicated team or whatever, but at the same time, they still benefit from HYBE being really, really popular and stuff. Like, do you think if Adore, for example, well, I guess New Jeans is a really weird situation, but do you think if like Le Seraphim was just some random Nugu, like small, or their Source, right? I guess Source had G-Friend. Do you think if Are You Next, whatever that label is?
Oh yeah.
You think if there was some random small thing, they'd be able to like get them on X, Y, and Z? No, that's clearly the HYBE influence, you know?
Yeah.
So it's weird when people try to like deny. It's so funny though, me and you, I think specifically, because we've been here since HYBE was just big hit, which people will yell at me for saying that. But you know, HYBE was clearly built off the backs of BTS. Fight your mama. Well, I guess you could say 17. I guess no. The reason they had the money to be able to take 17, it was BTS or whatever. But it's like going from them being a small company and that being like, we had to fight for what like the big three companies are, you know, beating down BTS and like their fans or whatever, to now them being the ones and their companies being the ones with privilege and stuff is so weird. Yeah.
It's full circle.
Yeah. Right, and I'm like, why am I still here to see this? Okay, like why do I know it's
time to retire? I'm sorry, I meant retire.
So, me and BOA, we retired together. Listen, because I mean, Billy is technically a SM group since their label's a subsidiary. Oh, I didn't even know that.
I think Woolham's also still a subsidiary.
That always confused me because I thought they were a subsidiary and then they unsubsidized.
But I feel like they didn't. I think they just didn't. They don't like what the heck? I think they just don't associate. It's just weird.
So what's the point if you can't get any of the benefits? A mess. If I'm going to subsidize with Usidize, then you better give me some
Oh, so okay, so I
Outside.
guess they got most of their shares back. So it is still like 67% Willem and 27% SM.
Oh, So Lovely's was SM technically?
Maybe at some point.
Dang. Okay. Okay. Then give them more promotion. Here's the thing. When people are always like big three companies using all their clout, blah 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 blah, you want them to use their clout to get your fave work.
Mm.
Like, and when they don't, y'all are annoyed. Rightfully so. But y'all are confusing. Anyway, so that's what we got for that. Next up, I was like thinking this song makes more sense as the intro to like the boyfriend song, like than the
I'm not your boyfriend.
I always thought that, but I never said anything.
like just better be crazy.
I'm not your
I'm not your
boyfriend.
boyfriend, period. It starts right away, which I hate. Okay, I still forgot to upload the shoe minute thing. But guys, it's time for the shoe minute. It's Jazz reporting live with the
What is no? Oh, that no. We're switching it to the "I'm not your boyfriend."
Why? This has so much more character.
No.
Listen, I'm here for shoe man. Like, don't y'all ever get confused. That's my fave.
That sounds like you're not.
It's Dio and Shumin. Listen, those are my two faves. We ride or die. All right, let me share this screen real quick. Boom, butter. Wait, can I? I feel like I'm showing too much. Okay, there we go.
Honestly, I was trying to find stuff. I mean, it was easy to find stuff, but I was like, I don't really care to share most of it because, like, one of them I don't even know what it is.
You're like, I just saw something and I was like, let's go, Shumin.
Like he was in pictures from somebody's Instagram, and I was like, wow, cute. Who are these people?
Who are you people? Listen, they're trying to keep you well fed, and this is how you repay them. That's crazy. All right, what is this first clip?
Is this him reacting to his first live?
He's reacting to what?
His first Insta live, because he just finished doing it. I was like, oh, he's so cool. He's so.
대박.
Wait, he's never went live on Insta until 2024?
Yeah.
You are not gonna beat the address sheet.
Yeah,
the address sheet.
I mean, I've never gone in. Have you? Well, are you Insta live?
Maybe actually. I was supposed to be live on Instagram right now, but that scared me, so I ended up not doing it.
Oh.
But I think I've gone live on Instagram. Yeah. Maybe.
I've never done that.
I mean, it's not that much. It's not that great, honestly. Like, you just go live and then nobody joins your chat. Then you cry.
조용히 좀 하시오.
I thought this was relatable.
자꾸 부르면 꺼버리겠어. 찾을 때까지 조용히 안 해.
He's having a mental breakdown. Wait,
the navigator. The navigation system keeps talking.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, okay, yeah, that is good. I do that a lot too.
알았다고요. 심심하시오, 처자. 왜 이렇게 말을 거는 거요? 나도 운이 있어.
Dang! Listen.
I was like, this is so relatable. You're just singing songs and you're like into it, and then she's like, turn left. You're like, why? I knew this.
That is really annoying. But I'm just like, well, I can't complain because I don't know where. Like, maybe if I knew.
But I have eyes. I can see. I usually have the navigation like right there. Sometimes she needs to take a hint. When I'm singing my soul out, like, don't speak.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Like, not ChatGPT, but like AI or whatever the hell they call it.
Just like hearing you, and they're like, I hear that you're enjoying this music. I'm not gonna stop it. Like, keep it going. Yeah, I don't know who these people are, but
Katie.
I meant to look it up or try and find out, but like I was like, oh, I have no time.
Shumin's kind of looking a little south of 5'8" here. I don't know. He might want to update
he
that.
is bending forward. This man, he is going like this.
I don't know.
Let
He's
him
not
live.
much taller than that cake.
Or maybe they're taller. You never know. What if they're
Sure,
like
they're all
6'5"?
6'5".
Exactly.
Listen, I also think Dio is telling us some fibs, so it's not just.
He looks a little bit taller here. Look at him.
I don't know. Him and the cake are at eye level for some reason. I'm kind of confused. What's going on? Oh no. Shumin, listen. Just kidding. Let me not be shady. Wait, what are they celebrating?
Okay, see, this is what I mean. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on.
Who are you people?
I saw multiple of these pictures and I was like, wow, I'll just grab one post. I'll figure it out later.
It looks like maybe it's like the opening of this restaurant. So maybe he like knows the people and he was like there as like a celebrity guest or something.
Oh, that's cute.
You know, not me helping. I mean, he's unemployed. Anyway, I need to wait. Do I have the unemployed thing? You lucky duck. I don't have the unemployed sign. You lucked out this time, Shumin. No, actually, that's kind of, he's taking club appearances, to pay the bills. To pay the bills. That's good on his part. And the lights are on. The lights are on your house.
I mean, always.
He's sending the checks to you now because I just disparaged you too much. He's like, girl, you were actually so mean. All right. Time for the long-awaited wait. Oh, let me play that one song.
Well, I want to know where that was going.
Honestly, it's too long. I can't even play the whole thing because it's just so long. Y'all, check it.
This is what you should use for bowl.
So dangerous. No, I like that. Anyway. XOM. Is it ever? XOJ.
I don't know the order. Never mind. I just say
whatever feels right. All right, y'all. So I actually have a Kyung second today. So don't play me. Don't try me.
He's actually doing something.
His handsomeness literally scared me. That's crazy. That's crazy. A 57-year-old man still having me gagged with his. No, just kidding.
You're 56.
How now, brown cow? Wait. Sorry, we had some comments. Andre says, "How is Shumin celebrating his?"
Oh, I should have put that. Didn't they like celebrate?
Stop, fake XOL. Why?
I saw it too. I just did not scroll far enough to get the. I think they had like a picture or something.
Oh, stop. Well, XOL, you've seen our true colors. Just, take our stand cards back. No. Sometimes I just feel I can't celebrate it because it will make me sad that so much time has passed.
Yeah, 12 years is disgusting.
Yeah. I want to go back.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Yep. But Do is blessing us with Do3, period. He's coming out with a new album this year because he keeps his what? Well fed. So on April 8th, his new agency announced, company Susu, that he's gonna come back this May. Literally, he knows he's gonna have the spring comeback, y'all.
Oh.
Like, how like there's always like those spring songs that go viral. You're looking at it. You're looking at it's the title track of this. So specifically, he'll be coming back May 7th with his new mini album Blossom, which will feature 6 songs and a title track called Mars. So yeah, he also is going on tour this year. Is he coming to America? Is he coming to my backyard? No. So that's a problem. But he's not coming to America either. So, get it together. I was like looking and I was like, because I'm going to go back to Japan this year. And I was like, maybe the dates will align, but no. I can have my way. But yes, as you can see, he's giving very avant-garde, quirky, hipster realness with this. I don't even know, like when I look at this, it makes me like think, why do people think the Mona Lisa is impressive? This is true art right here. And so like you can tell we're gonna get something. We're gonna get something different. It's like if he doesn't have this, better be an R&B album. What needs to be done is whoever writes Baekhyun's songs. I hate to say this, okay, Kyung Disciples, I know you're gonna revoke my card, but whoever writes Baekhyun's albums they need to be kidnapped, all right, and locked in a room with Kyungsoo, because I'm tired of him not having his true, like, fulfilling his true R&B legacy. I'm sick.
You don't want to do it. You have to accept it.
This
is Jason Mraz.
I mean, it is still good because a good voice is a good voice, but he probably knows it would be too powerful. He doesn't want, he wants everyone else to be able to also still have work. So, but if he wasn't like that crush Zion T, not maybe Zion T, but like crush R&B, he would clean up. Dean?
Yeah, I was gonna say he needs to do a song with Dean because they literally, to me, are the same type, like vocal type.
Oh, that would be so good. Oh God, I'm tired of listening to AI covers of R&B songs by Dio. Yes, oh, no. I listened to Dio's AI cover of 7 more than I listened to the Jungkook version. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna come clean. But yeah,
they're coming for you.
They can come for me and they can go for me because I bought gold.
You're not putting it down. You're still gonna have it like playing in your earphones as they beat you up. You're like, and you're singing, "I'll be loving you right."
It was worth every punch. Period. But yeah, so wait on it. Tell your faves to rearrange their comebacks because May is gonna be Dio month. All your faves are crusty. Anyway, moving on.
Wow.
Moving on to the
After
next
like 500
segment.
years and not hearing about Dio. Everyone's crusty if they're not him.
How dare you? I always felt that everyone was crusty. All right. So for the last segment, we are going to do y'all, I'm there we go.
Oh.
I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend.
Thank you. Wait, why is it going twice? Okay. Anyway, y'all, this is kind of hard, so don't judge me. Yes, open bar, y'all. So this is a segment where you. Oh, what was that?
I just wanted to show this one thing before you move on to open bar.
He should, period. But he knows he'd be too powerful. He's like, it's like, make this Jason Mraz ass music or have the world explode because I just create something unmatched. Okay, unrivaled. It's really interesting though. Well, maybe that was just music he practiced on. Nah, he did sing Jason Mraz songs back in the day too, so I should have expected this. But I think I'm more surprised that Baekhyun is like falling into like being the Joe of the group or whatever. Did he like have a specific affinity for like R&B, like that specific type of R&B in the group?
I'm
trying to think,
he
like
did
this
every song that Dio did.
Really? But like when they would do like solo stuff, like solo stages.
Did Dio do solo R&B?
I mean, he would say, well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like he does like Billionaire, he does like Jason Mraz stuff, he does like, although what was that one? Oh, I guess you're right. When he would do R&B stuff, it would be like the whole group, honestly. But when he would like do like solo songs, it'd be like Jason Mraz, Bruno Mars type stuff. Yeah. Interesting. Why would he do this to me? I guess I'm sticking with the AI covers. Speaking of AI covers, did you see that god awful 17 cover of Magnetic?
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Apparently it's going viral because people hate happiness, I guess. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Wait, why is it happening? Is it bad?
Well, let's take a listen. Also, I know you're here, Susan. I know you're here in spirit, but just leave me alone. Okay.
She's like, I also want to hear. Where's the song?
She's like, I'm curious. She's like, I'm sat. I'm like, okay. All right, Zeus. Let's see. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, hopefully this isn't like
Monday, Tuesday,
Thursday, Friday. Okay.
That's gonna be cool.
Not them picking Wano.
That's
To
gonna be
sing this
cool.
part.
But it's
Deepest
gonna be
voice.
cool.
I want you. Wait a minute, 이게 뭐지? 지난 심장이 일났다. 자꾸 느껴. 그런 어디서도 가슴을 흔들려. 날 봐주는 것처럼.
거기 앉아서 기댄 겁 붙지 마라.
Because why is this the worst AI cover ever? I'm sorry to the person who made this. I'm sorry. I don't mean it as I won't show your like thingy because, but oh my god, why? This is the first time I heard a voice crack in it.
I feel like this has to be a joke. When did this come out?
Hold on. Let me change the scenery. 5 days ago.
Is that 5 days? Okay. Dang, I was gonna be like, was this April Fool's Day? Like, was it someone just like, oh, I'm gonna say it's an AI cover, but it's actually me just like singing into the mic?
Stop.
Because what in the world?
I feel so bad because I feel like if this person truly poured their blood, sweat, and tears, because they're just stop.
Exactly.
Listen, baby,
It's not like it's them. They didn't create the AI.
True.
Get a better AI.
You better beep your boops. You better reboop the bleeps.
Sorry.
And whatever that needs to be done. Not needing Lee's voice. What is this, honey? This is actually a good topic. What do you think about AI covers? Like the ethicalness of the AI covers? Like, do you think that there's anything ethically gray about taking your group's voice and creating a new cover with it?
I feel like there is. I just can't think of it. I always just hear that there is, but I like it so much. Because like I've always spent like years like listening to like I don't know, like have you ever heard of like Hexagon? Like they like do like the lyrics like line distribution.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I think it was them that they would do like how would blah 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 sing this, and so they would like do like a line distribution type thing, but they would show you like a different member sing like a different group and how they would split it up, and I would be like I was always so obsessed with that because I'd be like, yeah, I can hear blah blah do that and blah blah blah, and now it's like I can actually hear it, and so then it's like, but then I hear that people don't like it, then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should.
That is such.
It's like I'm just like I just don't know.
I mean, I think to your point, I do want to comment on that because that's actually such a good, like a very clever, or smart observation I never thought of. Yeah, this is literally like the next level of those line or how blah 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 would sing distribution videos, which is crazy because like, oh my god, technology or whatever. But I don't know. I think this will really come to like debate or whatever, a question, when either one of two things happen. One, somebody writes a song and then uses an artist's AI vocals to sing it, and that song gets really, really popular. Because I feel like then there'll be kind of like this debate as, oh, do you owe this artist money? Do what is the kind of like, if you put this on like Spotify or something, I don't know if anyone would actually go as far as to like use a famous artist like AI voice and put it on Spotify, but that kind of thing. Like, even if you like popularize it with the AI voice of the artist, and then when you put it on Spotify, you use your own voice, there might be some kind of like, well, it got popular because you used my voice and people thought it was my song and stuff like that. Or in the realm of K-pop, if an AI version or cover of a song gets more popular than the original. And I feel like we were somewhere close where Dean's version of New Jeans got really, really popular. And I feel like at one point Dean's stands were like, don't do this. I guess because he hasn't come back in a while. So they're like, new Dean. And it's like just a new Jean AI. But like, I feel like that will cause trouble when somebody's like a aespa version of a LE SSERAFIM song, or like a New Jeans version of like a 17 song is more popular than the song, then people are gonna be like, okay, what is this really? So yeah.
But then doesn't that become like when a cover becomes more popular than a song?
That's true, but I guess it's just like with the cover, maybe there's like a less like professional version, because usually like a cover is usually like it's like shortened or it's a different arrangement, or like it's just kind of different where it's like you can very much distinguish what is like the cover and like an homage or whatever and what's the original studio version. But I feel like with AI sometimes it's so well mixed and so well sung, it could literally replace somebody listening to the original. Maybe not on Spotify where it matters the most, but like on YouTube and things like that, if somebody where people have more freedom to just to upload whatever. So I feel like if those two scenarios ever happen, then people will stop. We'll start. There'll be more guidelines on it, and people will start to question, like, should we really be doing this? No. Yeah. What are you guys' AI favorite AI covers and groups you like to listen to AI? Audrey says I've only really listened to AI songs of SNSD songs from Lionheart up, and then adding Jessica's voice. Oh my god.
That's probably cute.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's kind of fresh. Wait, that is so precious. I actually love that use of it. Like,
I have to look it up.
Seraphim fans can add Garam's voice. Or like Sujin to G-Idol. That's so cute. I didn't even think of that as a thing, but that's such a wholesome way to use it. Wholesome to some. I'm sure, there's some people who are like, why would you besmirch OT8? All right. Some other stuff. We kind of talked about this last time, and I feel like we both kind of felt like it was true, but the confirmation that Chaeyoung from Twice and Zion T are actually dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Yeah. This is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, he's like 10 years older than her, which I'm like, but she's 24. Like, so
Yeah.
what are we going to do, y'all? I was shocked though, because a lot of people didn't know who the hell he was. And I'm like, oh, so I'm old as hell.
You didn't know him?
Santi? Yeah,
Yeah.
people were just like, who is this Ajushi? I mean, if you think about it, he hasn't had like a huge hit in a while. Like he was more like 2014 to 16, and maybe even give him 17. Like, that was his heyday. And I feel like, yeah. But I was like, oh.
Who's this man? Is he a producer?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, should I know who this is? Or yeah. Can we talk about the freaking reversal of Baemon? Like the Baemon sentiment, baby monster sentiment that happened this week. I don't know. Sheesh. I still think that is a freaking sign of how you like that and shut down. So,
I mean,
but
it is.
I mean, here's the thing that I thought was interesting that somebody mentioned. They're like, okay, so we keep saying that Baemon songs are basically Blackpink songs. But the question is, if Blackpink actually did release these songs, would y'all have liked them? Because if that's the case, all right,
Speaking
case Stop. Well, I already know because I feel like you've been pretty consistent with that. But like for the people who are like, we love Blackpink, but we hate Baby Monster music, but then we're also saying that Baby Monster sounds like Blackpink. Are you saying that if, for example, Blackpink released Sheesh, suddenly it would be a good song? Because then what are we really saying about music? That we only like it if certain people, because no offense, I don't think at least, I don't think that performance-wise, let's leave that for another thingy. Music-wise, what I'm hearing, I don't think Blackpink would have added anything that significant that would have made it sound any better.
Yeah, no.
So are we just not liking it because it is similar to Blackpink? Or is it possible, answer me this, is it possible for them to still stay in this lane of music? And if it was just better versions of Blackpink songs, you would actually like, could they still make this kind of music? But if it was just, I guess, more creative, better, I don't know what that sounds like to people, but whatever that means, would people be like, okay, fine, they can sound like this?
Sorry, say the question again.
Like, is it the fact that they just sound like Blackpink? Is that people's problem, or that they actually think the songs are bad?
I think people were tired of this formula before, but because it was Blackpink, they were tolerating it, and now it's like
Oh.
because it's been years that they've been getting the same song repackaged in different forms. And I feel like like I've seen people complain about it when it was Blackpink, but they'd just be like, "Well, but it's Blackpink, so I'm going to obviously play it, and I like them." But now it's like we don't really know Baby Monster, and it's like, all right, you said it was going to be something new. Why the heck are we still here? Like, move on. We were tired then. We were just tolerating. Like, please move on.
That's actually crazy, because then that basically proves the idea that like once a group gets popular, they pretty much can coast because people will just eat it up because it's the group. Like if you think about it, if like I don't know, AT's released Butter, what if people liked that? Like would people like that? I don't know if Butter is really up AT's alley.
I could see them doing something like that.
Oh, but would have been the global sensation it was? But I guess that you can also say it's your reward for working so hard and building a fan base and building trust in people that they feel like they can trust your music to.
Yeah. I feel like this is kind of like the payola thing. Like
oh, interesting. How so?
Like where it's like, as you said, like you gain this. It's like a reward, like the fact that you can get your music played on the radio so easily, that you can get your groups to have like Spotify plays, like for however much money they're paying. Maybe they're not even paying that much because they're HYBE or whatever. So like they've worked hard, so that this is where they are. SM did the same thing. JYP did the same thing. It's like they built from the bottom up, and now they're just like reaping the benefits.
That's true. Honestly, I thought it was kind of. I do like. I mean, I feel like that's like people don't like. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people be like, like that's not fair. But it is, because I guess it was built off the like other people built it and then got to benefit from themselves, but then they also got the next group gets to benefit off of the popularity or whatever. The girls are gonna hate me for this one, but I still kind of think it's kind of like this like equal but opposite situation, right? So if you join a small company, not saying that it's just point blank easy to join a small company, but I would assume the process of getting selected by the company, training, and then getting a chance to debut is maybe a lot less selective, but not in the case that you have to be more talented necessarily to have debuted in an SM group or debuted in JYP. It's just harder because it's probably more people auditioning, more trainees, and then the groups are still like anywhere from like 4 to like 10, so there's not that many spots or whatever. So in that way, it's harder, or it's less likely for you to get into YG, get into JYP, and get into SM or HYBE or whatever, and then debut. Again, not saying that's because you have to be more talented to debut in those groups. It's just less likely because there's more people coming in. But my rationale is that because of that, the hard part is when you're trying to get through that debut process and get a group. Once you get past that, it's a bit easier because now you're debuting under a big group and there's a lot of built-in, you get to go on Inkigayo, you get to like do a CF with like a popular senior group or whatever. Versus if you debut under a smaller company, less known, it might be an easier process to become a trainee and debut out of that group. Again, nothing to do with talent, just to do with statistics and the amount of people that are probably applying to an not very well-known smaller company. But then once you debut, there's a lot of work you have to do post debut because the company doesn't have. So it's the idea that I feel like a lot of people have this sentiment that big three groups get everything handed to them, but they had to go through a lot to even get to the point to debut in a big three company. And yes, I know there's big three company idols that can't sing, dance, do anything. as there are non-big companies
Yeah.
idols that can do that, and vice versa. But I feel like that's what I always kind of like think of it as when people are just like, oh, like big three privilege and stuff. And it's like, yeah, there was not a good chance that when I decided that I was going to go with SM, even if I passed the audition, right? Even if I was a trainee, there was still a really low chance that I would actually get to debut. And so my reward is that I stuck with it, was able to make it through, and I get to be in this company that has all these resources, like you said, to like spend on like this and that and the third, as long as they're not actively suppressing other people.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But interesting. Andre says IDK Batter Up is hitting more now.
No, that.
Stop. Batter up. Bada boom, bada bang, batter up. I
that
will say
no, right? Okay. Because it goes so well.
I will say, I don't know. It's one of those things when y'all hate people, I have to protect. I'm like, get behind me. So like I'm liking them a bit more. But I thought it was interesting. Sorry, my point was that I thought it was interesting that it seems like the sentiment is changing a bit around them. Like everyone was like certified flops. YG, get out of here. YG's, failing, blah, blah. But it was actually announced that they become the girl group with the highest first week sales of their debut album with this most recent mini album they released. So they literally broke the record that Illit set like last week. Yeah. I'm sorry. These are just broken.
Aren't there only like 3 songs?
Yeah.
4 songs?
4? I don't think that Stuck in the Middle is on there. So I think it's just like that Batter Up and Cheese.
Wow.
I feel like it's just those 3. And then maybe like an instrumental or something like that. But yeah, which is only 2 new songs, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, so
2? Oh yeah, it is 2. Yeah.
So yeah, so like not only so it's like I was really feeling like, oh, everyone's like this is a flop. I do think that it was kind of quiet for Batter Up, but I mean they had fans apparently that were just waiting for them to drop this album. And then I don't know if you saw, but one of the members went a bit viral, and I think it's funny because this is kind of like in relation to the situation we had where a lot of groups, a lot of groups in particularly like HYBE groups and stuff were being criticized for their ability to sing live. So essentially this is just an inky guy or whatever, but one of the members sings so basically this is going viral because she doesn't sound bad. Because she sounds good. People are like, wait, what?
What now, in the world?
People have lost the plot, but I can understand where the plot is lost because we're constantly told things that aren't passable or passable. So I feel like the standard is shifted, and now this is like basically God tier Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, because now we say certain vocals are good and stable. But it's interesting because now I see a lot of people fighting with themselves because they've been proven to be pretty talented. And so a lot of people are like, well, y'all said you wanted talented idols. Here's a group that has very talented singers and good rappers and music. Stop. Well, I guess that's what people are saying. They're like, well, are we going to wait till they get good? What are we doing?
It's not their fault. No one's trying to drag their talent. It's just yell at YG. Give them more like that. Like that was good. Charlie Puth did something. He did something there.
Mr. Puth wrote that number?
Yeah, I thought I sent you the thing.
You work now that Jungkook's in the army. He
apparently sent it to them because he saw somebody sing a song. I think Ayan. He saw her cover.
Oh wow!
Whatever song, and he was like, "Oh, I'll give you this song to have for the group." And
okay, not him lurking on. Oh, was he stand? He watched their debut show.
Basically.
That's his bias. Actually, that was probably her stan sending it to him. So, Stanager fans, PR stans, good job with that one. You actually ate with that one bad. Andre says, so we're gagged because she eats the CD for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Apparently, it's a rarity. Sometimes people put down their plate. They're like, I'm full. So apparently, people were hyped. I was like, I mean, she's a vocalist. She should vocal. Like,
Yeah.
I was a bit gagged. I mean, obviously, this is really good singing. I'm not going to pretend like it's not or whatever. But I was like, wait, y'all are gagged? She can sing her own song? What is the state? What is the state of being right now? Which again, it's good, but for it to be like crazy viral is crazy. Like, it just makes me feel like no one can sing anymore. Like,
yeah. Pretty sure there's
crazy.
people that can sing.
I do think it's kind of like a mixture of her being able to sing and being talented, and then also the visibility of being YG's new group. Because I do agree that there's other people that might not just have like as much like front-facing notoriety. But yeah, people were gagged about that. Was there anything else you wanted to go over? Also, hello, LD. Sorry, I forgot to say hi. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Hello.
Not really. I was gonna say maybe the Lay thing, like Lay coming back to Korea, but I was like,
girl,
what else can you say? He's coming to Korea.
Somebody was like, dude, I know some great guys you could collab with if you're interested.
That's funny.
I'm waiting for Lay featuring EXO so I could just like, you know what, young man.
It's like, wow, guys,
ready.
I'm so glad I met you guys just now to make this beautiful song. They're like, we've been in a group together. It's like, no, I'm gonna go back to China, whoever you guys are, and I'm just gonna live my life over there. Don't know why I came back here.
Oh, I'm sick. Lay, you young man, stop this.
I'm surprised he still knows Korean. I'm like,
stop. He's probably sitting as you speak. He's like, okay, 안녕하세요. Like, what?
It's like, so the song's just gonna be 안녕하세요, just hi a bunch of times, right?
He's like, yeah, man.
That's all I can do.
Andre mentioned Lisa did a partnership with RCA. So is she under them as a singer now? Like, that's what's gonna be her solo stuff, or?
That's what I thought. Then I forgot that she also has her own company.
Oh, maybe it's like under. Oh, okay. The Loud. Okay, maybe her company.
Oh, was bought by them or something?
Yeah. Or maybe it's like under them. Like maybe they're, what y'all love to say, subsidiary. They love that word out here. They're like, it's a subsidiary. But yeah, excited for her. YG is shaking, crying, and throwing up. I know it. Not Lisa being more powerful than YG himself. Oh, do we think Sungan from Rise is coming back? I hope he does. I'll be honest.
He will.
I don't remember what happened with him.
Something with a girlfriend.
Girlfriends?
Yeah.
I hope he does. That's foolish.
I'm hoping it's just like a thing of like, he's just like, I need time. I just don't want to come back yet. And they're just like, okay.
He needs time to expose the mole among him, because wasn't it that somebody was leaking all his 4-person live
that's what he's doing. He's like, guys, I need to be on hiatus because like I have some stuff to do. He like, takes out a magnifying glass. He's like, all right, who's steps ladies? He's like, hold up.
Stop.
Like, I know who this is. Oh man, Jenkins.
He became a detective on the side. The first idol detective play. You know what? He needs to, because he said some bad, he had some bad apples in his bunch if they were exposing him this incessantly. Like,
that was also the toes thing, right? Some toes.
I don't want to know if he's.
I feel like I learned it from you.
What? Absolutely not.
It was like on Instagram Live or something. He was like, what the person? Was that him?
Oh, yeah. Somebody gave the middle finger with the toe.
Yeah. See? You knew exactly what it was.
Why do I know this? I'm like, the toe. The 4-person live.
You filmed it. That's what
I was there. I was.
Korea.
Also, I guess New Jeans is soon to find out which random YouTuber is posting false. Good. All the YouTubers get sued. Not this one. All the YouTubers get sued because y'all are annoying. You can't just say whatever. Yeah. Not that we're positive YouTubers. We never said anything bad about anyone.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Listen, I didn't say HYBE Payola. You guys said HYBE Payola. HYBE Payola. Am I drinking? Payola. Oh yeah. Yeah, he was on IG Live with Subin from Tomorrow by Together. And is it? Yeah. And he gave him the middle finger. I'm sorry, but that's hilarious. It's just that he's an idol, so now it's like has to be interpreted in the most offensive way.
Yeah.
Even though, yeah. A mess. A mess. The only other thing is that people dragged Lucas for his supposed flop fan sign, and then it got clocked that it was a 30-person fan sign. Y'all are insidious. Okay, listen, we don't need to lie.
That too. He's probably like, I don't need more than 30 people. Like, I've been gone for how long? Also, I don't know who hates me and who does not. Like, make sure I know. You scream them.
Low key. That would have been I'm like,
in the face.
Who is coming here just for the tea and to expose me, and to laugh at me in my live stream, please? Yeah. But yeah, so you don't have to go home. You really don't. Like, I promise you, but you gotta get the heck out of here. Thank you guys. Oh my God. You actually, well, Jazz said that you have to go home. So y'all, sorry. You can hear me now because my all right. So you don't have to go home, but you gotta go. Thank you guys so much for coming along. Like, I don't know, do you like us or something? Like
me?
Do you like me? But yeah, Jazz, do you have any info for the people before we peace out? You can actually make a little banner if you want to.
I don't know.
Like, add a banner.
How do you do that?
If you go to the banner section and then just go in the folder, the example banners folder, and then create a banner and then just type something and then add a banner.
I was like, where are you talking about? I was like looking all at the bottom. I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
If you go to Mars and then go to Jupiter.
That's what it felt like. I was like, I'm already lost at step 1.
If boys go to Jupiter and get more stupider. That's a throwback.
How do I do it?
Yeah.
Is it add banner?
Where can the people find you?
Oh wait. Hold on, hide that. Let me edit it. Like Sundays. On Twitch.
On Sundays.
Wait, whoops. There we go. Yeah. So I'm part of a group of like 3 of my other friends. We're called Forfeit Gaming, and we stream on Sundays. We are still streaming Baldur's Gate, even if it's been like 500 years that we will finish it. It's just so long of a game, but it's still fun. But yeah, so we do that, and then also every other week on Monday. Is it Monday? Mm-hmm. I should check that, but I'm pretty sure it's Monday. Not Monday. I think it's Tuesday. Which day did we used to stream on?
Dang, she purposely chose our day, y'all. Did you hear her?
Whatever day it was, that's the day. So I'll get back to that. Like, I should be better about knowing what day we actually stream. But we just started doing this, where it's like more of us just showing our faces. So kind of like this, where we just talk about a random gaming topic or whatever we're feeling like talking about. So check us out on Twitch.
Yes, sir.
Corporate Gaming.
Make sure to go follow her there. And hello. As usual, guys, you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitch. How dare you?
No, I put it back.
You're trying to silence me, guys. Was I silent or was I silent? That's so true. I'm like, I actually had to lower your you're not an admin anymore. You're a guest again. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitch, where I stream and I post pictures allegedly. Listen, I plead the fifth. But yeah, follow me there, and then also on Twitter, same handle. Actually, it's Pinklade1 because somebody's out to get me. For updates when we're gonna go live and when I have different things happening. That's kind of like the source. So yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. Last round, y'all, last call. But yeah, Thank you. Yes, thank you, Andre. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bells. Thank you for writing the script out for me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell. Don't miss out on more streams and videos. That was so good. Let me see it more. Don't forget to like, period, comment, period, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on streams and videos. Thank you, Andre.
I was like the second time you said it, you said subscribe before comment.
Oh, wow. I looked at the slower clips, so I only see every other word like that girl. How dare you? How dare you? But yeah, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time on the Sleepful.
You can't go with. I don't even know what to. Okay.
The Sleepy Idol. Dream of me. This
Don't
time I want you. Like, how dare you dream of me? You. Oh wait, what did I put? Okay. I have to this so Susan doesn't snatch us up. See, we have some original songs, Suze. Don't do me. Wow, yeah. Yeah. What?
Like next to a comment.
Wait, hold on.